What's up everyone, welcome back to the vlog. So today's the day that I'm taking apart my RX7. There's some events that I want to drive that are like pretty soon, but I just need to start on getting the rear end prepped like I told you guys about in 2 videos ago, that I need to paint everything back there and get it ready for SEMA. If you guys didn't see that video, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So all of this tubing hasn't been painted, it's just raw material. As you can see in like a couple spots it's already rusting. So I need to take the fuel cell out, undo all these lines, take the tail lights off, bumper, rear fenders. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. So I thought, what better time than to start now? So we're gonna do that today. The way that I'm gonna approach this is I'm going to keep the fuel cell in here for right now with the lines connected. So I'm gonna leave this here and everything, but I'm gonna take the rear fenders off, rear bumper, and the tail lights. So once that stuff's off, it's not gonna look like an RX-7 anymore. It's really weird. Like the car looks like a lot is missing, obviously, because it is. But I think I need like a 12 or 14 mil for the lights. And then these are just self-tappers with like a drill. And this is just a flathead screwdriver. So it should come apart pretty quick. Flathead. Something that I really need to work on is keeping my tools more organized. I have so many different friends that come in and out of here and work on their cars. It's very hard to keep track of everything. One of these days I'm gonna reorganize all of that and probably buy a lot of tools because a lot of stuff is missing now, but whatever. Like I said, this bumper is held on by these, they're called Zeus tabs. So you push in, let's see if I can do it. And then just like that, that's disconnected. That part's disconnected now. And then all I need to do is cut off these zip ties. Just like that. Comes apart pretty quick, so now the bumper's gone. Now you can kind of see more of what I'm talking about, all the stuff that needs to get painted back here. These taillights are actually really cool because the way that the bulbs go in, you just turn it, pop it out. That doesn't have a bulb because that's a turn signal. I don't have those. And then just like that, taillights out. All the lights are off the car now. So just to like kind of show you guys how fast that was, it was literally like maybe 10 minutes. So it like does not, here let me put this down. Whole back end is now off. Rear bumper, tail lights, and that center light garnish. Next, I need, these are the lights that were all zip tied around here. So I'm gonna take the bulbs out just so the bulbs don't get damaged and put this in a bag probably, and then start taking this apart. So a trick that I'm gonna do that is like a good habit to have is these lines, when I disconnect them, so this is fuel pump 1, this is the return, fuel pump 2, and obviously that's for wiring. And this is another for wiring too that I will, it's the lift pump actually. So what I'm gonna do is get this blue tape and wrap it around and write exactly what it is. So I'm gonna get blue tape wrapped around this, put pump 2, return, pump 1, etc. Just like that. And then I can pull the fuel cell out and everything will be out of the back end. I keep forgetting I need to take these fenders off. You need to take the fenders off, do that stuff, and then I can start prepping and getting it ready to paint. I always get so scared when taking these lights off, like because you have to push down and I always feel like I'm gonna end up shattering one of these, but I haven't yet, so hopefully it never happens. Something that I saw in a video that was actually really cool is, so these are called AN fittings. These ones are specifically XRP, and if you don't have the AN wrench, I don't know exactly what they're called, but it's just, yeah, it's a wrench. then you can like scratch these up really bad and it just looks ugly. So something that I saw was blue tape. You get the blue tape and you can either wrap it around this or put it around your wrench, and it'll keep you from scratching these fittings. I got all the lines disconnected, so obviously like pump 1, return pump, pump 2, and then there is these 2 electrical lines. There's no need for me personally to like identify the difference, because obviously the big one goes there and the smaller one goes there. So I left that like that. Ooh, some fuel spilt out. It's probably not good. So now I need to take off these main bolts that hold the fuel cell down, and the fuel cell will be good to come out. This is something that's always so cool to me. All the melted rubber from my tires. Look at that, just literally peeling off. That's just some good rubber. I got these top bars off that were holding the fuel cell down in the, like, I guess you could say like the fuel cell like cage slash enclosure. And there was like a lot of grime and stuff inside here. My hands are absolutely burning from this fuel, like fuel that's spilt on the outside, but there's a lot of grime, like dirt, rubber, and like fuel all compacted in there. So the fuel cell was like completely stuck. I could not get it out by myself. And so what I did was, I don't know if I'd completely recommend this. The fuel cell is fine, but what I did was I jacked it up a little bit, and just to put a little bit of pressure on it, and it ended up giving it a little bit of leverage, and I just worked each corner and it slowly lifted the fuel cell up on all 4 corners, and that was enough to relieve the pressure. So now the fuel cell is like free to move and it's not stuck in one spot, because you can't really get that good of a grip on this. It's too like thin and there isn't enough room, like there's like bolts and stuff. So now that it's loose, I'm gonna have my uncle come down, and he's here. I'm gonna have him help me pull the fuel cell out, because there's still like probably 8 gallons in there. Fuel cell's out of the car finally. I've wanted to do this for probably a year now. Everything ends up being a year. Like last year, I got done with the season. There's a lot of stuff I should have done, but there's just a lot going on. So since I got my rear end tubed, is what they call it, like a tubed rear end. So it's where they like, obviously you cut it off, add all these tubes for your brake lights, bash bar, so you can have a fuel cell and stuff like that. I've been wanting to paint the rear end of my car since I got it done, but the way that it ended up working out, like I said, was got the rear end done, got the fuel cell in, got the car tuned, all this other stuff happened, and then it was like a month until the season started, so I had to immediately start practicing. And I don't like pulling things apart mid-season, just because if it's working, just leave it the way it is. But now it's the perfect time, getting the car ready for SEMA. So this looks like it's gonna be a little bit more complicated to paint than I thought. I'm gonna have to get all inside of there, so it's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna do it. So now that the fuel cell's out, got this jack out of the way. Some of you guys might not have agreed with my theory, but it worked really well, and I don't think I would have been able to do it without the jack. I am debating on if I want to take this hatch out or not. Let me know down in the comments below if I should take the hatch off when I paint it, because I don't know, I'm going back and forth on whether I just want to throw some stuff on top of it, like if I want to mask it off or if I want to just take it off. I'm like 50-50. The situation with the fender now is this actually shows on my car, like a slight bit of it. So when I paint this, I can, these are bolts that I need to make that look nicer. That's something that's like not really acceptable. I don't like the way that that is at all. But the fender was just too floppy because it's not connected around. But I'm gonna figure something out with these to where it's like more of a permanent style thing and I don't have this bulging up anymore. But for when I paint it, I'm going to have probably like some type of like blanket or like mask it off here so that I can spray all inside there. And then also same down there, have like a blanket or something protecting the rear subframe and like all the control arms. I just don't want that getting overspray on it for no reason. But now it's time to do the other side. If you're wondering, my fenders are all completely cut out right here. And a lot of people have problems with like the smoke going into their cabin, but I'm one of the lucky few that I like somehow got lucky first try taping stuff off and no smoke gets inside my car really, unless I'm doing like a standing burnout or something, but like mid drift my car doesn't fill up, which is really nice. This was the goal for today. I got everything out of the car. I got the fenders off. I have the fuel cell out, taillights off, rear bumper. Like I said, fender again. But yeah, so everything is completely taken out of the car. That's labeled. So you guys said you wanted 2 videos. So this is gonna be the first video, part 1, and then I'll make a part 2 of painting everything else, and then another one of like assembling it. What I have to do tomorrow is I need to mask everything off, sand everything down, and I'm sure I'll get some paint done, maybe a couple coats. Thank you guys for watching. I think I'm getting my project card this weekend, so please hit that subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss it. It's gonna be really cool, a whole bunch more content. It's kind of like this car is all I'm gonna say. Has like a little bit of something to do. It's kind of on the same level. Not really, but like kind of. Like, I can't really say because then I'll give it away. But yeah, so please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.